welcome to our home gym. We're going to quickly run you through the exercises on our strength program. Hopefully you've all seen the exercises up on TMAP by now. If you haven't seen it, stop slacking. Go into the document section, check the attachments. There's a strength and conditioning program on there. There's 3 days per week, so basically the best way to run through it is to run through day 1, day 2, day 3 each week. Not all of you have 3 gym programs a week. If you've only got 1, then just run through day 1 and keep ticking off day 1. So we're going to run you through the day 1 exercises here to begin with. Grace has drawn the short straw, so she's going to walk us through it. We'll quickly show you how to do the exercises that we've written down. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments after we post the video. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So first activity we've got is foot intrinsics. So the goal with foot intrinsics is to strengthen your feet. We've got a couple of different activities. You can certainly modify them as you go if you need to. First one we're going to do is we're going to try to keep all our toes on the ground except for our big toes. So we're just going to lift our big toes. That's it. So we're going to run through it 5 times. As we go through our activities today, we'll run through quite quickly just so the video is not too long. Once we've done the lifting of the big toe, we'll keep the big toe on the ground and lift the rest of our toes. Now the goal here, like I said, the goal is to strengthen your feet and to get your feet moving well with your foot intrinsics. It's really, really important for your running, and it's a really good thing to do to decrease your injury risk, particularly with running. So once we've done big toe up, big toe down, next thing we can do is we can practice playing the piano, like Grace is doing. She's running through the piano. Can you do the reverse?
Oh,
Nearly. Pretty good. Some other ideas you can do for foot intrinsics. If you had a packet of marbles, you can practice picking up marbles and putting them from one pile to another. You can get a towel, practice scrunching the towel up with your toes. Any of these activities will be great for your foot intrinsics and help strengthen your feet up. Next, on our gym program for day 1, we've got some band exercises. Now we're going to do a separate video on band exercises. After that, we're going to go into some skipping. So we have a skipping rope here. Our gym's not that big. I'm going to test Grace to see if she can do some skipping with the skipping rope. Usually we don't use the skipping rope inside, but we'll see. Now off you go. On our gym program, we've got 5 minutes of skipping. Now that might seem like a lot. It doesn't mean that you have to skip 5 minutes straight. But once you've gone the double leg skipping, Grace is going to keep skipping. Come on. Double leg skipping, then you can move into some single leg skipping. You can start moving around like left leg to right leg. You can do all sorts of different activities with your skipping. Now you can see this is what we normally do, is we just pretend that we've got a skipping rope and we just skip without it. Now while you're doing your skipping, remember you want to try to land softly on your forefoot and then press through your heel just like you would when you're running. What you want to try to avoid doing is being really heavy with your landing or bouncing just on your toes or just on your heels. So just like you would when you're running. So after we've done our skipping, we get into some run drills. Now most of you should have your own run drills which you're working through. The first run drill which I really like doing is your jumping. So we've kind of started off with that. For a lot of us, we've been working on getting a nice forward lean with our run. So for those of you who are at squatting Canberra with us, the last squat session we had, we spoke about getting a band and tying it around. So this is a great exercise for you to be able to do at home. If you have a band, you can tie it to, you don't have to obviously tie it to a frame, you can tie it to anything that's going to hold it stable. And Grace is just going to run, I call this exercise band walkthrough. You can call it whatever you like. But basically what she's going to do is try to keep her hips nice and stable. She's going to try to keep a nice posture with a forward lean. And she's basically just stepping back and forth. And you'll notice when she's putting her feet on the ground, she's got soft on the forefoot, and then driving up through the heel. So as she comes in, she touches the ground, soft on the forefoot, press through the heel. Maybe if you could get a tiny bit more forward lean, that might be perfect.
That might be beneficial.
You can see if you have the band around the hips that you're able to get a bit of a nice forward lean. Other run drills which you can practice doing Grace, give us some.
Oh, now you've put me on the spot. Do you have any you suggest?
One of the big things we have been working on is getting good range of motion. So if you just jump out of the band for us. Another good activity which we've been doing a little bit of it as a group lately is just trying to get good hip mobility.
Oh, yeah.
And just working on getting our open up our hips. So there's no right or wrong for your run drills. A few of us have some different drills we've been doing. If you're not sure, then you can start with these activities. Start with your hopping, skipping, and you can see the goal with this one is to try to get your elbows down to the ground by keeping your back legs straight, and then your front legs got it can have its heel all the way down to the ground. Grace wasn't able to get both her elbows down a few weeks ago, so she's done a good job working on that, and I've seen some good improvement from a few others in the squad with that drill too. So after our run drills, we're going to do step ups.
Alright, better put my shoes on for this one.
Just some quick transition practice with some shoes. Alright, so step ups. We're just using this little box here to do our step ups. So step up, you're going to put your leg up. Yeah, when you go again, down to the bottom. Step up again.
You can also drive.
Yeah, let's drive our knee up. Good. There's a couple of ways to do step ups. You don't need to, you can see at the moment Grace bringing her left foot all the way down to the ground. You don't need to do that. You can leave your left foot on top of the box if you want to. Just go a couple more for us. Big thing with your step ups, you want to make sure that you're driving. Once Grace puts her left foot up onto the box, that she's really engaging her glutes as she drives up, and she wants to try to keep everything as stable as she can. So pretty good. B plus. So step
Can't wait
ups,
for your day.
if you had a look at our S and C program, you'd see it's got 5, 5, 5. So that would mean that Grace is going to do 5 step ups 3 times through. So if she were doing step ups supersetted with a deadlift, that means she's going to do 1 set of 5 step ups on each side, and then she's going to grab the bar to do some deadlifts. So if we come over to a deadlift, we've just got a bar here. Again, you don't need to have a bar to be able to do your deadlifts. You can use anything to do your deadlifts. Or you can
I think a good one's to use if you have, a lot of people have free weights, so you can use just a dumbbell on each hand.
Yeah, so you can use a dumbbell as well if you need to.
Yeah.
So Grace's going to run us through the deadlift. So grab the bar. Good. So you can see when she's done this, she's kept her back nice and straight. Now the biggest thing to remember when you do any kind of exercise with any kind of load is keep your back nice and straight. Okay, you're in a good position there, so you drop down. Good. Keep your back straight, that's it. You can probably slow it down a little bit on the way up if you need to. Just slow it down a little bit. You don't need to snap off. Good. You can probably just, if you can, just try to straighten your back out a little bit more. The last thing you want to do when you have any kind of weight is put any kind of stress through your back. Now, if you haven't done any of these exercises before, and you haven't got anyone there to show you how to do it, please make sure you're not loading up on weights. Make sure a good place to start with that is just to get like a broom and start with a broom and work on good technique first before you start putting any weight there. So you superset that 5 step ups on each side, 5 deadlifts, go through that 3 times. Next time we're doing crab walks.
Oh, my favourite.
Crab walks, we've got some bands from Capital Peak Performance which we've picked up. So crab walks are probably one of the best activities you can do to strengthen your glutes. So what you're going to do is put your band around your legs. Now, the first place to start if you haven't done this before is with your band up above your knees. So the higher it is, the easier it's going to be. Once you've done that, you start with them above the knee. You're going to get into a little bit of a squat position. Now keep that tension on the band. Grace is going to move across to her left side, 1 step across, and then bringing the other leg close together. Perfect, and back the other way. Good. Perfect. Now, as you progress in that activity, you're going to obviously drop the band lower and lower. Just give us one more from the side. Basically, if you come towards us. So you can see she's in a nice little spot there. You should feel your glutes working. If you're not feeling your glutes working there, then just see if you can make an adjustment with your hips, just like we've spoken about with swimming and running, to try to see if you can turn those glutes on a little bit more. Now the next one, to kick out of that one, the next one we've got calf isometric holds. So isometric holds, whenever you see isometric holds, it basically just means that you're continually engaging. So all you're going to do with calf isometric holds, we'll start double leg. You're just going up onto your toes and holding it. So to start with, for Grace, we'll just go 20 seconds. This, if you've done a fair bit of calf work before, this will be pretty easy for you, 20 seconds with 2 legs. Once you feel comfortable with that, obviously don't push it too hard too soon with this gym, but once you've got that down, then you can move into single leg. So if you just go up onto just your right leg and hold it, and then obviously you switch through to your left leg and hold it as well. So crab walks and calf isometric holds, so just superset those again. So for your crab walks, you just roll through 8 times, then do 5 isometric holds. Obviously it depends how long you're holding it for, but our goal over the strength and conditioning program is just to build as we go. Next one, hamstring curl. So for this one, we're going to grab our Swiss ball. Again, you don't need a Swiss ball, and you can adjust this if you need to as you go. But we've got a Swiss ball to use here, so we'll use the Swiss ball. Basically, going to put your heels on the Swiss ball. You're going to lift our hips up off the ground. And then we're going to try to bring our heels in towards our butt. So you should really feel your hamstrings working for this one. So you're keeping your heels on the ball all the way through as you pull it in towards your butt. And your hips always staying off the ground. Okay. Now, if we didn't have a Swiss ball, so say we didn't have a Swiss ball, another thing you could do for this would be glute bridges. So if you put the heels on the ground, and now you're just going to drive your glutes up off the ground. If you didn't have a Swiss ball or anything that you could use for hamstring curls, you could easily do an activity just like that. Come around, that's a good view. Last activity before we get into our core for day 1 is clams.
Okay, I just need the pink band, please.
We'll find it. Capital P
Pink
band.
Capital P Performance pink band.
From our sponsors at Capital P band.
You're welcome, mate.
Alright, clams, so we're just going to put the band around our ankle now. You don't need a huge resistance for this one, but bands around the ankle or around the calves.
I might go knees. You can do knees too.
Or knees. Now you're going to keep your feet together, and now you're basically going to open your legs up like a clam. Now when you're doing this, again, you should feel your glutes activating. Our goal here is to get our glutes and our hips nice and strong. So the key with this one is to make sure that your heels and your toes are together of both feet, and your knees are basically opening up. You don't have to open up too far, as you can see she's just getting to the point where she's got a little bit of resistance on the band and then coming back down. When you come back down, this goes for any strength and conditioning exercise, come back down nice and gradually, try not to let the resistance of the band pull your legs back together. Cool?
Cool.
Alright, last thing for today is some core activities. So for your core activities, you can basically run through whatever you like for core. The best or the types of activities I'd usually recommend are anything to do with any kind of stability. So things like planks, side planks, using your Swiss ball again. Any activities like that for your core are going to be beneficial. But like I said, if you have anything else that you like doing, any different activities that you like doing, feel free to add them in. Grace, you're going to give us 2 core activities. What are going to be your 2 favourite?
I'm a sucker for the standard crunch.
Alright, crunch.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 crunches for us. So when you're doing your crunches, you don't need to go all the way up. Like, you don't need to sit all the way up to the top. A good way to measure how far you're going is if you put your fingertips on your legs, then then you just need to get your fingertips up to the top of your kneecaps. So you don't need to go any higher than that with your crunches. Alright, what's your next activity? Give us one of stability.
A stability one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you mentioned the plank. So planks are my favourite for stability.
So for a plank, elbows, forearms on the ground, up on your toes, and your goal is to keep your back as straight as you can. Try not to have your bum too high in the air and try not to have it sagging down on the ground. Now, if that's too difficult for you, then you can start with your knees on the ground. But I expect most of us should be able to do a plank just like that.
You can also go up into a push-up one.
Or go up into a push-up position as well. You can from there with your planks, you can also build into some harder activities too. My favourite is to get the gym ball, put your arms on the gym ball, and try to swirl it around like you're mixing a cake up. That's my favourite. But yeah, there's some different things you can do there. I think my day is coming up next, so on day 2 maybe we'll get to that one. So we'll post this video up. If you have any questions on any of the exercises, or if it still doesn't make sense to you, let us know. Otherwise, Grace and I will be looking for lots of green strength and conditioning exercises coming through our training piece.